everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. If you are new, welcome. Please say hello in the comments so I can say hello back. Let me know what state or country you're coming in from if this is the first time you've actually landed on my channel. Y'all, I'm excited about this video because let me first say happy August. Can you believe 7 months have already passed? But y'all, I want to give some hope and encouragement today to the gardener whose summer garden has kind of been like blah, but to let you know you still got time. Yes, you still can grow some summer crops. I know that we're kind of in between seasons, between the summer and the fall, and I'm certainly, kind of got my foot in the summer and my foot in the fall. But if there's some summer crops that you still want to grow, this video is all about 5 crops you can still grow in the month of August. So if you're new here, I live in Tennessee in Zone 7B. And if you don't live in my zone, this content is still applicable to you, because when it comes to whether or not you can plant or what you can plant in August, it only depends on 2 things, right? When is your estimated first frost date? And then whatever you want to grow, how long does it take to mature? So it doesn't matter if you're in zone 5 through 9 and you're not in my zone, this is still the same for you as it is for me. So I hope that your summer gardens are going well, but if you like me, it has been very challenging this summer. There has been a ton of rain in my area, and then we are just in the middle of, or just ending we're just ending a very strong heat advisory. Now in the south, of course, it gets hot, but we also have that thing called humidity that makes it a little bit more unbearable, right? And so it has been pretty much unbearable here for the last 6 days, to where it really wasn't even safe to kind of work out in the garden. And I tried to come out like an hour a day, like right at the tail end of the day. And y'all, it's the tail end of the day now, and it's still very humid. It's not as hot, but it's very humid. You see, I have on my my air conditioner. Now, there's a lot of stuff going around. They got the neck fans and all this, but this right here, my love, is a neck air conditioner. It's not a fan. It's an air conditioner, and it also has heat for in the wintertime. If you're interested in this, you can go to my Amazon shop and pick you up one. When I say game changer, game changer. But let's get into this video about what you can plant in August. So first, you see my dog. I have one that's a puppy, and I have one that's 12. So you can see the difference. That's obviously the puppy. But anyway, so let's talk about the 2 things that you need to know in order to grow food still in August. Now, obviously you can start planting your fall stuff, but this video is all about 5 summer crops, because you still may be like, I didn't get my fill of this, or I don't have enough of this. And I want to tell you, you still got time. You still have time. So the 2 things that you need to know is, 1, when is your estimated first frost date? Now, the estimated first frost date is going to vary depending on what zone you're in. But at the time of this video, y'all, it's August 1st, right? And so for all of us, the crops I'm going to give you, you're going to have time to grow them, okay? No matter where you are in the United States, okay? So what is your estimated first frost date? If you don't know that, all you do is Google it. You can go to the Farmer's Almanac, or you can just simply ask Google. Me, I ask Siri. Siri, what's my estimated first frost date? And for me in Zone 7B, it's October the 19th. So literally, y'all, then I asked Google how many days until October the 19th. So it is 80 days until October the 19th. So that's the first thing you need to know. And whatever your first frost date is, then you just ask Google or do the math and see whatever day you're watching this video, how many days from the day you're watching this video until your estimated first frost date. It is just that simple. Then once you know that date, or excuse me, those number of days, for me it's 80, then you have to figure out what is it that you want to grow and how long does it take that crop to grow. That is what you call days to maturity. So every crop has days to maturity. So the crops I'm going to go over, the 5 summer crops that you can still plant in the month of August, they have days to maturity that are less than 80, okay? Less than 80. For those of you who are like in 8A and 9 and all that, your first frost date is behind mine, meaning it's past October the 19th, so you have even more time. Now, if you find a crop that you want to grow, and let's say you have 80 days left, but the crop takes 75 days, it's a little risky, right? It's a little risky. Here's the reason why. Because as the season continues to progress as the summer, as we get into the end of August and September, even though it's technically still summer, the days are going to be shorter and it's not going to be hot as long. Okay? So it's in July, it's hot all day, every day, right? And the days are long. But once you get into September, you know, the mid-September, the days are shorter and it's not as hot for as intense as long. So you have to account for that, right? So for me, I always give myself like a 2-week buffer. So if it says it takes 75 days, but you're doing it in August versus in June, I tell myself, okay, just tack on 2 more weeks to that. So that'll be like an 89, 90-day crop. Now, if you want to play the risk game, you certainly can do that, but don't count on it 100%. Have I done the risk game before? Absolutely, especially when it's just like, oh, I need extra of something. It's no big deal if it doesn't work. So just know that going in, okay? So 1, what is your estimated first frost date? You can ask Google. And then how many days until then from where you are watching this video? And then 2nd, what do you want to grow and how long does it take to mature? So let's talk about the first 5 crops, or the 5 crops you can grow in August. Number 1 is squash. So today I'm actually starting my 3rd succession of squash. And today I am doing a patty pan. I've already done the yellow crookneck, and I did yellow crookneck or yellow squash on my first planting, and I also did it on my 2nd succession, which was last month. Now I'm doing my final succession, and I'm going to do a patty pan because I did patty pan for the first time this year, and I really, really, really like it. And so I want some more patty pan because they got eaten by the squash bugs before I could get, you know, a whole bunch. So we're going to try that again. And you can see the brand that I'm doing, it's called Y-Star. It's from Johnny's, but what I wanted you to hone in on is that it tells you how many days to maturity. 50 days, okay? 50 days. So I have 80 days left. So I still have 30 days to the good. So even if I do my 2-week buffer, that would put me at 64 days. I'm still to the good. So I should be able to start this seed today and be able to harvest it in about 50 or 60 days. So patty pan squash or any type of yellow squash is something that you can do now in the month of August. Crop number 2 that you can do is zucchini, because squash and zucchini are very, very similar. So today I'm actually seeding a new type of zucchini that you guys recommended to me because I've already done the dark green. I did that on my first planting, and then I also did it on my 2nd succession. So I have some zucchini actually in my outside garden that's about 4 weeks in. And so I'm going to be starting a new one. And this one I'm going to start is called Costata Romanesco. It's very pretty. It's like a striped green zucchini. And then look at the days to maturity. If you can see that, it's hard to see. 52 days to maturity. It does not have to be this variety, but any dark green zucchini, any type of zucchini variety is usually going to be ready in 50 to 60 days. So squash is one crop that you can grow. Zucchini is another crop that you can grow. Crop number 3 that you can still grow in the summer are cucumbers. Cucumbers of any kind, you should be able to go ahead and plant direct sow or start from seed, are cucumbers. They take about 50 to 60 days depending on the variety. So that is yet another crop that you can do in August. For those of you who have long growing seasons, especially like in the 8A, 8B, you can usually do 4 to 5 successions of cucumbers in one summer. For me, I normally do 2 to 3. Now, I did my first planting of cucumbers. We had cucumbers overload. We were harvesting about 100 cucumbers a week until the cucumbers petered out. And now I have 5 more cucumber plants that I did on a 2nd succession. And that's enough for what I need. If it wasn't, then I can start cucumbers again today and still have some before the first frost. But for me, I'm good with my 2nd succession, and I only need a few more cucumbers to round out the summer for cucumber water, cucumber tomato salad, and I'm going to do some pickle relish. And so those 5 cucumber plants will be plenty enough for me for what I need to do. Okay. So that's 3 crops already: zucchini, squash, and cucumbers. The 4th crop that you can do is bush green beans. Green beans, again, are great to do in what I call this second summer. Like, this is still summer, but it's like the second half of the summer as we go on into fall. That is a great crop to do. Again, the temperatures are not going to be hot as long. They're still going to grow fast, but they're also, because it's going to be cooler a little bit, they're going to be a little bit sweeter than they may be when you do them in May and June. So I'm doing a jade green bean. I have been doing that all summer long. I've been doing many successions of that. So I'm going to be doing yet another succession of jade green beans, trying to meet my green bean quota for this summer, right? I've had the hardest time getting my green beans to germinate, but you know what? I got a whole big old pack of jade green beans, so we're going to keep trying and try to get us some more green beans, and so you can do the same thing too. Again, it does not have to be the jade variety. It can be any variety of bush green beans that you have. Now, a pole green bean can sometimes take longer depending on the variety. So I'm specifically saying bush green bean. But if you have a pole green bean variety, meaning it goes up on the pole, it's a vining green bean, then look at the days to maturity and see if you have enough time to do that. If so, put it on in there, okay? And then the very last crop that you can still grow right now in the summer is basil. So that is a great herb. If you did not get your fill of pesto or basil tea, basil lemonade, or maybe your basil went to seed before you could harvest as much as you wanted, you can still do basil again now, because basil again takes like 50 or 60 days. It is a very quick growing crop. Now for me, I got plenty of basil. You can see I have some basil right there in that bed right there. And then in my outside garden, I have at least probably 30, and that's probably on the low side. I have at least 30 things of basil. I don't need any more basil. I have more than enough basil to get me through the rest of the summer. But if that's not your story, you can still start basil. So y'all, the summer garden is not over. You still got time. So be encouraged. Those are 5 things that you can grow right now: basil, cucumbers, zucchini, squash, and bush green beans. You can add that to your summer feel of what you need for the summer. Okay, so if you thought it was over, it is not over. Now, also, you need to be turning your mind towards your fall garden as well. But like I said, we got 1 foot in summer and 1 foot in the fall. I would love to know if you are going to start some new things right now in the month of August. And if this video helped you, please let me know. If you're not part of this community, I would love for you to be a part of the community. Please hit the subscribe button. Let me know again that you want to be part of this community. And remember, y'all, this is all a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friends.